What if I told you that some of the most powerful names in music and Hollywood are hiding secrets darker than fame itself? A voice from inside the industry, Jaguar Wright, isn't just whispering anymore. She's shouting. From claims about Diddy, Jay-Z, and Beyoncé to shocking stories of cover-ups, manipulation, and even mysterious deaths, Jaguar has turned the entertainment world upside down. But is she exposing the truth or just stirring chaos in a world built on illusion? Let's uncover the chilling saga of Jaguar Wright's claims about Hollywood and the industry's darkest secrets. Who is Jaguar Wright, the woman behind the voice? Before we dive into her explosive allegations, let's rewind. Jaguar Wright isn't some random internet personality. She's a veteran artist, a powerful soul singer who came up during the late 1990s and early 2000s in Philadelphia's neo-soul movement. She worked with icons like The Roots, Jay-Z, Common, and Erykah Badu. Fans admired her raw talent and honesty, but behind the music, she says she saw things that no one would ever believe. For years, Wright was quiet. But in 2020, something snapped. She took to social media and started naming names, claiming she was done protecting an evil system that feeds on silence. That's when the internet began calling her Hollywood's whistleblower. The first bombshell, Jay-Z, Beyoncé in industry control. One of Jaguar's most controversial claims centers on Jay-Z and Beyoncé. According to her, these two are not just powerhouses. They're gatekeepers who control the industry through fear and silence. In several live streams, Jaguar claimed Jay-Z has been manipulating artists since his early Rockefeller days, using money, intimidation, and personal secrets to keep people loyal. She accused Beyoncé of knowing everything that goes on, calling her a high-ranking puppet in what Jaguar described as a spiritual game of control. In her words, "Y'all think this is just music? This is ritual. They don't make stars, they make slaves with sparkly chains." These statements sent shockwaves across social media. Some fans called her brave, others called her unstable. But one thing was clear, she wasn't afraid to speak anymore. The Diddy connection, I know what you did. Jaguar Wright didn't stop there. She turned her attention towards Sean Diddy Combs, long before his current legal troubles hit the headlines. She claimed she had first-hand stories of Diddy's dark parties and manipulation tactics within the music world. According to Jaguar, Bad Boy Entertainment was never just about music. It was a machine of exploitation. She even said, everybody who ever worked under him either disappeared, lost their mind, or ended up broke. That's not coincidence. That's pattern. At the time, many dismissed these words as bitter rants. But fast forward to 2024 and 2025, when Diddy's name exploded in federal investigations, and suddenly people started rewatching Jaguar's old videos, realizing she may have been warning the world years in advance. It wasn't just gossip anymore. It was prophecy, the Aaliyah mystery, what she claimed about her death. Perhaps one of Jaguar's most haunting claims involves the late singer Aaliyah. Jaguar suggested that Aaliyah's death in that tragic 2001 plane crash wasn't as accidental as we've been told. She said, Aaliyah was trying to get away. She knew too much, and she was ready to talk. According to Jaguar, the people controlling the industry couldn't let that happen. Of course, no evidence has surfaced to support these statements, but the timing of Aaliyah's death, her connection to R. Kelly, and her planned break from certain record labels have fueled conspiracy theories for decades. Jaguar's words reignited them with a vengeance. Fans flooded forums, Reddit threads, and YouTube comments debating whether there was more to the story and whether Jaguar was risking her life by saying it. The allegations about industry rituals. Here's where things take a turn from shocking to downright chilling. Jaguar Wright has repeatedly claimed that Hollywood and the music industry are involved in occult practices, rituals, and symbolic sacrifices to maintain fame and power. She alleges that major awards shows, private parties, and even certain music videos are coded with signs of allegiance to dark forces. In her words, it's not entertainment, it's a cult with cameras. She also said that artists who refuse to comply often face mysterious accidents, breakdowns, or public humiliation. She pointed to artists like Kanye West, Lauryn Hill, and Britney Spears as examples of those who, tried to speak up but got silenced. Now, whether or not you believe her, there's no denying one thing: Jaguar's claims force us to ask uncomfortable questions about what success in Hollywood really costs. The death of artists and the price of fame. In several interviews, Jaguar connected the dots between suspicious deaths in the music industry and what she calls Hollywood's cleanup jobs. She stated, "They don't die, they get deleted. It's what happens when you outlive your usefulness to the machine." These remarks reignited public debates about the music industry's dark side, the pressure, the manipulation, and the fear of what happens when stars stop being profitable. The backlash. Is Jaguar crazy or courageous? Of course, not everyone is buying it. Jaguar Wright has faced massive backlash from industry insiders, journalists, and even fans. Critics say she's using trauma as a platform for attention, pointing out her erratic live streams, emotional breakdowns, and public confrontations. But Jaguar pushes back. She admits she's been through mental health struggles, but insists that her pain doesn't erase her truth. Real question: truth or trauma? At this point, we have to ask, is Jaguar Wright revealing the truth or expressing deep personal pain from years in a brutal industry? Her experiences, betrayal, loss, financial struggle, isolation, mirror what many artists face after fame fades. It's possible that her truth blends real experiences with symbolic language, her way of processing the trauma of seeing how fame destroys people from the inside out. But even if you doubt every conspiracy she shared, her core message hits home. The current chapter, still speaking, still unfiltered. Even today, Jaguar Wright hasn't stopped talking. In 2025, she continues to appear in podcasts, interviews, and viral TikToks. She's currently working on a documentary called "The Industry: What They Don't Want You to See." She claims she's compiling first-hand testimonies, video evidence, and witness accounts to expose how far the corruption really goes. In her own words, the bigger picture, why her voice matters. Even if only half of what Jaguar says is true, her story forces an important conversation. It pushes us to question the nature of celebrity culture, how artists are exploited, discarded, and silenced once they stop being profitable. Her voice is a reminder that behind the glitz and the Grammys are real people fighting unseen battles. Jaguar Wright's claims have turned into one of the most fascinating and controversial narratives in modern entertainment. She's either exposing the industry's deepest corruption or becoming another casualty of its cruel machine. But one thing is undeniable: she made the world listen. As her story continues, the question lingers: is Jaguar Wright Hollywood's loudest whistleblower or its latest warning sign? If you found this story as shocking as we did, make sure to like, share, and subscribe, because the secrets of Hollywood are far from over. And we'll be right here uncovering the next one.